Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of High Flyer Radio, the best wrestling podcast on the planet. Episode 63. As always, it is your High Flyer Radio champion, Alejandro Mendoza. Next to me is my wonderful host as well, Ayden Kosik, the one of the number one contenders who will be facing me at Elimination Chamber.
Listen, bro, I'm the number one contender, bro. Number one ranked last year. Nobody in this league has as many wins as I do, man. So you can keep saying high fly radio champion of the world. Count your days, bro. Count your blessings because you got less than 2 weeks now, brother. Less than 2 weeks, baby. And while we're on it, man, do we want to go ahead and break the spoilers now for the people who aren't patrons? Do we want to
Of
go ahead
course,
and
yeah.
announce?
Yeah.
Last night on the Patreon for the championers and above, we had the NXT Vengeance Day pay-per-view watch along, which we're going to be recapping that a little bit tonight because it was actually pretty much a solid show. But you know what else was solid? Jabril coming in, answering Raul's call. He is the second man in the network, and he absolutely dominated last night on the pay-per-view predictions with 11-1 against the men's Patrick. But he is in. He's locked in. Here we are, the final opponents against Raul in the Elimination Chamber. It's going to be 6 people going up against each other. More details to come. Stay tuned. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff if you want to keep up to date with how we're going to be running things for that. But yes, sir, we're here, man. It's High Flyer Radio, man. We had a hell of a week, man. Wrestling is fucking booming, man. It is picking up like crazy, bro. I'm super excited to get into everything here today, man. But before we get into everything here today, if you want to go ahead and be booming and you want to set all kinds of records like WWE is, you got to get your mind right. You got to get your body right. And you can do so by picking up your supplements over at AmbrosiaCollective.com. Get 5% off using code the Nerd Course. That's code Nerd Course, THENERDCORPS. AmbrosiaCollective.com. Mind, body, and soul, baby. But let's go ahead and get into it, Raul, man. We're here, man. We talked about a Vengeance Day, man. We're gonna go ahead and break down the pay-per-view that was or the PLE that was last night.
Yeah. Vengeance Day was quite the return to form for NXT, man. I've got to say, I didn't know crap going in. I didn't know anything, man. Like, I just walked in and I'm like, all right, man, I know I got a host today, so might as well watch this event. But I said, okay, I don't have any expectations. I don't know what's going to go down. I don't know half of these people.
Nope.
But
especially if you watch this show. If you watch and you listen to this show, then you know that we have no fucking clue what the hell is going on over at NXT, man. But like Raul said, it was a fucking solid show. I'm gonna briefly run it down what we saw last night. We had Wesley had a fucking awesome match against Dijak, the former Dijakovic. Awesome match where he retained the North American title. We had brand new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Kiana James and Fallon Henley. We had also brand new NXT Tag Team Champions where Gallus went on to defeat the New Day. They're Black History Month. What's going on? We also had Carmelo Hayes went ahead and swept this 2 out of 3 falls against Apollo Crews, where we also saw Dabakato, the former Commander Aziz, came back and he turned heel on Apollo, which presumably is going to set up a feud for them. Texas native, man. Y'all know how we feel about Roxy on the show. We had Roxanne Perez retained against both members of Toxic Attraction. She finished it off with the Super Pop Rocks, which was fucking awesome. Yeah, and then we had, dude, that was fucking sick. And then we had Braun Breaker, who retained his NXT championship against Grayson Waller in their steel cage match, with Carmelo coming out at the end after his big win against Apollo to stare down Braun Breaker, presumably setting up something for NXT Stand and Deliver. So, Raul, what I want to ask you, what was the match of the night to you out of this NXT PLE?
Oh man, Wesley versus Dijak. Wesley versus Dijak was an amazing opener. It was a great match. One of the things that I kind of felt throughout this PLE was that a lot of the matches kind of ran a little longer than they should have, especially the Carmelo and Apollo match, even though it was really good, I felt that it ran a little longer than it should have. But I really, really liked that Wesley and Dijak match. I think that it was great, and it was the match of the night for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I echo all those sentiments. Honestly, going into the PLE, I was thinking that Apollo and Melo was going to be my match of the night. I was like, oh, that's easy. Like, it's going to be them. Actually, I
Yeah.
kind of thought that that match kind of dragged, and I thought the pacing was really weird in it, especially considering
Mhm.
the fact that they actually like this was the first 2 out of 3 falls match that didn't actually have 3 falls. They just like, "No, we're just gonna make Melo look strong as fuck, and he just gets both." And I was like, "Okay, alright, I guess if that's what you wanna do and kinda put the dude over, to another degree, man." I mean, you can tell that Shawn Michaels has a lot of faith in Melo and everything that he does. I mean,
Oh
we
yeah,
do
man.
too. If there's anybody on that NXT roster that you can see being like, "Oh, that's he's going to be WWE champion one day," it's for sure gonna be Melo. I can't wait for him
100%.
to I can't wait for him to go up to main roster. Um, yeah, the West and Dijak match was fucking awesome. Did you see his fucking finger?
No, what happened?
Dude, okay, I have to like find this picture and get it on this show. Dijak apparently like fucking like broke his finger in the match last night and he
Oh.
posted dude, the hardest fucking picture I've ever seen where he's literally just like this holding up his middle finger, but it's fucking like sideways, dude. Let me
Oh,
I'm gonna
man.
I'm gonna have to give the audience a trigger warning because shit like this really like fucking disturbs people. So
Yeah, it's
I'm getting
queasy
it
too, yeah.
yeah, I'm getting it loaded up right now. Let's see if
I
I
really
can
like the
get
NXT
it.
Tag Team Championship match too, by the way. That one was pretty good.
Yeah,
It was a little chaotic though, but that's kind of what happens when you have 4 teams in the same ring. I thought that was good though, but yeah,
yeah. Chasing you
Rockstar,
was over. Bro, Chasing you was
JC
over
was
as
a move.
fuck. Give me a
Yes, sir.
C. C.
That whole crowd was great, man. I've got to say that they had a really good crowd, and that's why I got to say it's like a return to form for NXT, man. I thought if this was going to be at the Performance Center, I was ready to just sit back and just host the show and be like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
cool. But the fact they actually had a crowd and it was actually a pretty damn good crowd, I gotta say that they did a damn good job of what they were doing tonight, last night.
Yep. All right, guys. Trigger warning for everybody who doesn't want to see the finger.
Yeah.
Three, two, one.
Ah no!
Oh, look at
Oh,
that thing. It's fucking gnarly, bro. Holy
oh,
shit, man.
damn, bro, that shit looked like yeah, no, that
Damn,
thing was
bro.
broken, bro.
Bro, he got fucked up, dude. But I mean, that's what happens whenever you have a match that was hard hitting like that as well.
Yeah,
But I loved the triple threat. I loved the story that they
me
told in that
too.
match with Toxic Attraction, like turning on each other a couple times in the match, and then ultimately being like, "Nah, we're in it together." Like I thought that was really cool. I mean,
Me too.
I kind
Yeah.
of thought they were gonna branch out and do like a feud between both of them on NXT for a while, but genuinely, I think, and you said it last night on the Patreon watch along, I really need to see Toxic Attraction get called up. Like
Yeah.
it's time, bro. You know what I like? I I think part of the problem is that nobody else on the NXT roster would benefit from them leaving because I think they benefit from having them there because they've gotten to this point where they can be ring generals and they can lead matches. But at the same time, I think you're lacking to a degree on the main roster where this damage control run is not anything like anybody really thought it was going to be. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
personally. So I think that we need someone like a Toxic Attraction up there. But this NXT show was fucking dope, man. It was a good time.
Yep.
Um, you know what else was a good time? Dynamite this week. Not much, and this has kind of been a theme, right? Dynamite's been solid the past couple of weeks, but I don't really feel like there's been that many like big story beats coming out of it lately. But there was a couple things that we did get this week, so it picked up a little bit. They definitely picked up with this fucking John
Ooh.
Moxley and Hangman match. You were still at the hospital. We were texting, talking about how good of a match this was, man.
Yeah.
These dudes beat the shit out of each other.
The only time I get
Hangman,
to watch Dynamite is when I go to the hospital and I have the actual channel on the TV, yo.
yeah,
Um,
there you go, man. That's the hey, American healthcare right there, brother.
yeah.
They get you that dynamite, like the fuse.
I did. Yeah, I will say while we recap this, I was high off morphine for a bit of this, so I don't know if I enjoyed it that much because I was high off the morphine, or maybe what's it called that helped for me to like be able to watch it. But all I gotta say is that that was a damn good match. I really like that match. I like the finish, and I think we're going towards that, steel cage or last man standing um
Bro, dog
or
collar would be
yeah,
dope,
dog
bro.
collar would be dope, bro. Dog
Dog
collar would be
collar
dope.
with Hangman and Moxley. The dog collar buckshot lariat where he fucking like pulls him and
Yep,
bro.
that would be dope.
Come
That would be
on,
dope.
man. I want to see it, especially because like the story of these matches have been just like the lariat after lariat after lariat after lariat. I think a dog collar would be really cool. But I also think last man standing would be awesome. But it feels like there's a story that they're telling here too with Hangman being in this position where like he's not really like tied in with Dark Order anymore, which I think is kind of a good thing personally because I was getting a little tired of the Dark Order Hangman stuff. Where
Hmm.
Hangman's kind of on his own and he's telling the story of he needs to find his people again. And I think it'd be really cool if we saw an elite Hangman reunion and maybe
Oh
we
yeah.
got elite Hangman versus Moxley in the Blackpool Combat Club. And we get because we know Double or Nothing is the next stop after Revolution, right? And what do we
Yep.
get every year at Double or Nothing, man? We get the big stadium stampede matches, bro. Imagine we finally get Elite versus Blackpool Combat Club and we get the stadium stampede, bro. I need it.
Yeah, yeah, man. I think that would be really cool. But yeah, Heyman looked great. John Moxley
Mhm.
looked great. I can't wait to see how this feud's gonna end at Revolution. Hopefully, I don't know what match it'll be, but I feel like Heyman is gonna probably pick up the win at Revolution.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to that. We'll see how that story ends. Speaking of some stories that I'm trying to wait and see how they're gonna end. Uh, Jade Cargill
You
defeated
go ahead and take
Red
this one, man.
Velvet. He said, "You go ahead and take this one."
This is when the morphine kicked in real good. I fell asleep
Was it the
when
morphine or was it the match?
I don't know. I fell asleep where Jared Cargill was coming to the ring, and I woke up to Samoa Joe entering the ring. So unless Jay Cargill and Samoa Joe had a match I didn't know about, I completely missed this match.
No, how good would that be though? Can we get that in Fight Forever whenever the fuck that game comes out? Can we get Jade versus Samoa Joe? That would be kind of
Yeah.
fucking fire, bro. Muscle Buster on Jade? What the hell would that look like? I don't even know, bro. I
Oh,
don't even know, bro. Anyways, Jaded on Samoa Joe, bro. Come on, man. I gotta see. Yeah, Jade Cargill. She picked up her 50th win. Something that they've been building to pretty much the entire time that Jade has been on TV. Keeping this whole story of like the Goldberg like streak. But my question is like, I thought that they were gonna at least try to build number 50 up to like a big pay-per-view match. You know what I mean? It just kind of felt like 50 is just it's such a milestone. I remember whenever they made such a big deal about Sheeta being the first woman to make 50 wins in AEW. You remember that whole story that they had? So why didn't we get the same type of emphasis put on Jade Cargill? And also my thing is, listen, bro, I'm not one to like shit on people's nah, that's a cap because I definitely will shit on people's in-ring skills. My thing is, bro, you're 50 matches in. You've been holding this title for over a year. At what point are the matches going to get better? You know what I mean? Like, at what point are the matches going to get better? I know that it's like y'all fucking simps on the internet just want to suck Jade Cargill's dick because she looks good, but like, at what point are the matches going to be worth watching? She had like 2 or 3 good matches, bro. Everything else has been like, yep, and Jade wins, LOL, big W. It's like, at what point are we building up to a story? Where's this going? Are we now like on the road to 100 wins? Because I don't know if I have 50 more of these in me. You understand me? I don't know if I have 50 more of these in me.
I don't
Where's
know, man.
Willow? Where's Willow? What are we doing, Tony Khan? What are we doing, bro? I don't get it at this point, bro.
I don't think Tony gets it either. I think Tony had the plan of Chris being the one to take it off of her and beat her, and then that obviously got squashed because of the injury. And
Mhm.
then Tony was just like, "Well, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing anymore. So let's just have her win all these matches, and eventually we're gonna figure it out." But it comes back to the thing that I always say is that I don't think Tony knows what he's doing half of the time sometimes, and I think that Tony really does need some help.
Yeah,
But when you don't want to accept the help, what are you gonna do, right? But
yeah.
I don't know, man. Can't say nothing about the match. I didn't watch it. Um, But I'll say that I'm pretty much the same boat. Look, man, I like Jade. I like Jade.
Yeah,
Like she's fun.
we like Jade, but it's like if you're
But
the
the
fucking
matches,
champion, like
yeah,
you have to be having good matches.
the matches aren't anything stellar. They're pretty much like, I think the best parts of the matches are the entrances with Jade. I always like seeing what she comes out in, especially the pay per views if she's gonna be cosplaying someone. And then after that, it's just like, okay, cool. Let's have ourselves a Jade match here.
Yeah, yep. Well, I know what I'm definitely looking forward to, and before we kind of get into that, we did see Bryan Danielson is continuing on in this streak. The whole storyline here, this Danielson and
Woo!
Timothy Thatcher match was fucking awesome, dude.
Banger,
Like
bro.
banger, bro. Because you know we love that good fucking like technical wrestling. The part
Yep.
where he was like just holding and wrenching Danielson's arm back and working over that shoulder for like the first like 5 minutes, fucking awesome. I definitely want to see more of this Timothy Thatcher guy. But to me, the part that got me fucking hyped was we saw Takeshita come out,
Hell yeah.
fuck up MJF. They went into the back. They're brawling. They're going crazy. And by the way, how weird was it to see MJF without his scarf? That was like it looked like he was fucking naked. That was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
But but Tony Khan has made it official. Next week on AEW Dynamite, we're going to be seeing MJF, the AEW World Champion, against Konosuke Takeshita in an AEW World Title Eliminator. Are you looking forward to this match or what?
Hell yeah, man. I've been loving Takeshita, and I can't wait to see what him and MJF do in that ring, bro. Yeah, I love that segment. That was a great time, and yeah, great match between Danielson and Thatcher. I love that too. Um, yeah,
But
man. I said
Roosh
it
and
once, say it
Danielson
again.
next week?
Yeah.
Roosh and Danielson? Bro, that's going to be fucking good,
When y'all
dude.
gonna give me Bandito and Danielson, bro?
They
When y'all
already
gonna give?
did, didn't they?
I
Didn't
don't
they do that
remember.
like didn't they do that like
I
3 weeks ago, bro?
don't remember, bro. The
See, bro, that's
morphine
what
was,
happens. The morphine hit different, bro. You forgot all about it, bro. They literally
yeah,
had a
bro.
match like 3 weeks ago, man. It was fucking awesome. You got to go back and watch it.
Yeah. Hey, I don't watch Dynamite unless I'm in the hospital, bro. I was in the hospital 3 weeks ago. Uh,
Well, you got the Spectrum now, though, right?
oh yeah, now I got my Spectrum login. I'm gonna be able to watch Dynamite, and yeah, I'm excited. I can't watch SmackDown, but I can watch Raw. But yeah, man.
And we've
Yeah,
got
but
ways.
this was great. I liked it. I liked it. I like this match. I like the setup for MJF and Takeshita, and of course, as I said it once, I'll say it again. Takeshita is going to be your first Japanese AEW World Champion. I mean, it's there. It's written in stone.
Yeah, 100%. I think they're at this point with MJF where it's just kind of like, let's take every upcoming babyface that we have in the company that we know is going to be a star and see where they line up against with MJF. And to me, it's kind of like I don't think they know exactly who they want to be the one to take the title off of MJF yet, but I think we've got contenders now. I think Ricky Starks is absolutely a contender, and I think depending on how this match goes next week, I think Takeshita could also be a contender because the fans love Takeshita, and for good reason. This dude's fucking awesome in the ring. Everything that he does looks seamless. As far as people talk about like his promo skills and whatnot, the fact that you can just feel his energy and you can feel his charisma whenever he's out, like more than takes up for what he lacks in his ability to be able to like, talk to the English speaking audience, which I don't think they give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like keep setting him up with like the funny one-liners where it's like, it's the whole bit of like I'm gonna say something in a language that not everybody speaks. I'm gonna say something that takes like 30 seconds to say, and they're like, "Can you translate that?" He's like, "I'm gonna kick your ass." It's like, bro, just keep doing that, and Takeshi's gonna get over, man. Do
Yeah.
you think, since it's a world title eliminator, do you think that next week Takeshita will beat MJF?
Mm, I don't know, man. Cause I don't think MJF should lose. What's it called? Anytime soon up to go into that pay per view. What's it called? But since this is an eliminator, there is that chance that Takeshita could win, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be huge for Takeshita, bro. Like that's huge for his career. I don't know, man. I think that would definitely be an interesting route to go with, especially if you want to run that back a couple more, couple what's it called pay per views down the line.
Yeah. I think it would be pretty cool to see Takeshita win. I'm kind of in that same train of thought with you as well, where it's like, do I really want to see MJF take a big loss before this pay-per-view against Danielson? And you kind of know how I've already been feeling about this feud with Danielson and MJF anyways. I
Mm-hmm.
think the type of opponents that they're putting Danielson up against are excellent in showcasing wrestling skill, but they're putting him up against so many opponents that people want to see get pushed that people are actually turning on Danielson in the matches. And the story is supposed to be we're supposed to be rooting for Danielson to get through all these opponents. So it's weird because it's putting me in the frame of mind of saying, like, I actually kind of want to see Bandito win. I actually kind of want
Yeah.
to see Rouge win. I want to see, Takeshita. Like, I want to see these guys win, but the story is supposed to be Danielson's supposed to get all these wins in order to get that title shot. So it's very weird. You just feel it. There's no way Danielson's going to win this world title at Revolution, and
No.
I think given the fact that we don't really have anything else that we're aware of going into this Revolution pay-per-view other than Hangman and Moxley, that's definitely going to be a Revolution match. I'm kind of feeling like this Revolution build is a little lackluster right now, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a little lackluster. I'm not gonna lie. It's called I we're like a couple of weeks. Well, how many we're like a month
We're
out, right?
exactly from this day. We are exactly 1 month away.
Yeah, it's been lackluster, man. Right now, it should be feeling like we're starting to get hyped for this. And honestly, I have no idea what the hell is gonna go down at
We're 28
Revolution.
days away.
Yeah, that's yeah. This build's been lackluster. Yeah.
I
Um.
don't know, bro. I don't know if I'm 100% ready to get into the conversation yet of how I feel about MJF's world title reign. I think it's starting off stronger than Hangman's did, but
Yeah.
I'm also not 100%. And I'm wearing his damn shirt right now too. I'm wearing the MJF shirt right now too. So like I am an MJF fan, but at the same time,
Yeah.
it's like I'm ready for us to get into the meat of some of these stories. The way that MJF normally does. At the same time, we also see a lot of that come into the second half of the build to some of these. So I'm hoping
Yeah.
once Danielson becomes number one contender next week, over the next couple of weeks, we see something really develop there between that storyline. Um,
I I also feel like there's just I think Tony had something really good planned for Punk and MJF to run it back with
yep.
that feud, and sadly we know how that went off, and it's like he's kind of had to course correct now, and I think maybe the second half of the reign is going to be better than the first half because the first half's been kind of
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah. We're still in wait and see mode. You know what I mean? But something that we did see this week and something that was just incredible to behold was this Samoa Joe and this Darby Allin fucking death match, man. This was a fucking death match,
That
bro.
wasn't yeah, that wasn't no holds barred. That was a death match, bro.
These dudes killed each other out there. Samoa
Yeah.
Joe, the king of television, has returned. He regained the TNT championship after Darby's short little stint that he got to have. Which, first thoughts? What do you think about Samoa Joe winning the TNT title back? Are you a fan or no?
Yeah, what's called? I don't think Darby's reign needed to be any longer than it needed to be. It was nice to get that what's called pop at in Seattle for
Mm-hmm.
him to finally get the title with the crowd, hold it for a little bit, and yeah, that's it, man. I'm
Yeah,
glad to see the King of TV back, and what a freaking match, man! Oh my god, that was. I'm glad I woke up for for Samoa Joe to come back into the ring. I also think I woke up because of I was gonna get my vitals checked, so thank you to the nurse who woke me up. Um, but yeah, it
she
was
gave you the
very
tap. She was like, "Samoa Joe's coming on TV. You gotta wake up,
yeah,
bro."
yeah, yeah,
Samoa Joe,
yeah, yeah.
king of TV.
TV, yeah, it was a damn good match, bro. Freaking brutal, and the King of TV is back.
Yep, yep. I love the chemistry that Darby Allin and Samoa Joe have together, dude. These matches fucking rule. I mean, it's perfect. Samoa Joe is literally just a fucking brick of a human being, and somebody as small who's as agile as Darby Allin. It's just the chemistry is so good between them. The way they just fucking Joe just threw Darby around in this whole match, and Darby's just charging at him like a million miles an hour. He's got the fucking hoodie with like the thumbtacks on it. He just charges right at Joe. Was awesome. Darby struggling to cut the ropes for the ring for like 60 seconds was funny to me. It did feel like it took fucking forever. But it was cool whenever we finally got the muscle buster onto the planks, which, oh my god, I would never want to
Ah,
take that bump in a million years.
no,
But
man.
yeah, I'm happy to see Joe back as the king of television. Joe, to me personally, has been my favorite TNT champion. He's surpassed Miro for me. It's Joe, Miro, Brody, Cody,
Yeah.
Darby. That's the echelon of everything.
And then
Um,
Sammy Guevara's way at the bottom.
Sammy Guevara and this man right here.
Wardlow. And Scorpio. Can't forget Scorpio, bro.
Well, you can say you can't, but I just did. The fact that you just fucking brought it up, I literally went, "Oh yeah, Scorpio
That's,
was the TNT champ." I totally fucking forgot that ever happened.
yeah.
And I saw some of his matches live, which tells you where the fuck is Scorpio Sky, by the way.
I don't know.
Do you think he comes back at Revolution at the ladder match?
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Hopefully, yeah. I don't know where the
especially
hell
since
Scorpio
it's
been.
especially since it's West Coast. Hopefully, I don't know, bro. Where the fuck is Scorpio Sky? I don't know, bro. I'd rather see Scorpio Sky than I want to see
Yeah.
Wardlow. Wardlow came back to a half pop. Like it feels like it's too early to bring Wardlow back. I don't know. I'm worried that they're gonna put the title back on Wardlow, which
Oh,
genuinely I don't want to see. Like I
no.
don't want to see Joe keep being in this position of like get the title, lose the title, get the title, lose the title. Like I don't want to see that. I just want to see
Yeah. If
Joe
there's
and
one thing
Wardlow.
in
What's up?
professional wrestling that bothers me is hot potato with a championship belt. Like,
Yeah,
stop. I hated that shit when it would happen with Charlotte and Sasha. Um, and I would hate it if it happens with Joe and Wardlow. Please stop. Please.
yeah. I like what they did with Darby, where they gave him the title and he went on like a good fast run where he got a bunch of matches under his belt. He got to have it again in front of the crowd. I thought that was cool because to me it's like you're giving the rub to Darby, you're putting him back up on that level that people had initially saw him at, and then you take it and now you give it back to Joe, and now Joe can be that king of television figure again. I thought that was a win-win for both of those guys, but
Yeah.
I don't like two hot potatoes back to back is not what I like to see. You can do a hot potato, but it has to be scarce. You know what I mean? It has to be we do it over here and then we wait a couple months, we wait a couple months, and then we do it one more time and then we wait another couple months. Like I don't want to see I don't want to see Wardlow. I don't want to see Wardlow win the TNT title, guys. I really don't.
Yeah, me neither. I'm good. Let's go ahead and just keep that one in the vault.
Yeah, keep that one in the vault, guys. Keep that one for the AEW house shows, guys, because as Tony Khan announced, we are going to be getting AEW House Rules. AEW is starting to really pick up their business model, change a couple things around. We're finally getting AEW house shows, bro. Are you excited to go see these AEW house shows, bro, or what's up?
They come to Houston, sure, but they seem to freaking ignore Houston.
Man, bro, Raul beefing with Tony Khan over
Oh,
not
boy.
booking Houston enough for his liking.
Nah, man. Nah. You know, whoever pulls the strings over here at High Fly Radio is a better booker than Tony Khan, because at least he be booking Houston. Come on.
Yeah, bro. Hats off to the High Fly Radio booker, probably the best booker. I mean, so I don't know. I think it's a combination between you and Corporate Geo. I'm not 100% sure how that works, but what I do know how things work. If you guys would like to go see some of those AEW house shows, look at that on sale now. Tickets starting at $20. Listen to this one. Get yourself $20 off by checking out our second sponsor of the day. $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Go ahead and grab a seat using our code, the Nerd Corps. Again, THENERDCORPS. $20 off your first purchase. Go check out those AEW house shows. Go check out those WWE live events. Whatever floats your boat, man. Save yourself $20.
Yeah, guys. Think about it like this. Let's say the total cost of the ticket what's it called, ends up being like $40, y'all. Use that code, you get $20 off. You only need to pay $20. That's it, man. For a house show, man, that's some good stuff right there, bro. Y'all
That's
go
good
use
shit,
that code.
guys.
Yeah, sure.
Such good shit. I'm trying to find what's a good one that we could use. Yeah, you guys already. Yeah, you guys already. Yeah, you guys already know.
Yep, you already know.
Moving into the realm, speaking of WWE guys, moving into the realm of WWE, man, we're on the road to Elimination Chamber. Things are picking up, man. And for the first time ever, we're going to be getting the United States title on the line in the Elimination Chamber. It is as follows currently in Canada. Fucking whatever, Hunter. Austin Theory, who is the current United States champion, is going to be putting his title on the line in the Elimination Chamber against Seth freaking Rollins, Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, and then two more to be determined opponents. We've got Damian Priest and Angelo Dawkins set for tomorrow night on Raw, as well as Elias versus Montez Ford is set for tomorrow night on Raw to determine those last two spots. Raul, what do you think about the United States title being put on the line in the Elimination Chamber in Montreal, Canada?
That's a choice. Would have thought it was gonna be the Intercontinental, but
that
yeah,
takes
I don't
logic,
know.
Raul.
Huh?
I said that takes logic, Raul.
That takes logic, yeah. Hunter, I don't know what the fuck happened there, bro. But you know what, man? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a good match. Seth's in there already, so we'll see. I think Theory's about to lose this title there. I think Theory loses this
Listen,
title.
bro. I'd tell you what I think, bro, but we've got a conflict of interest here, man. We've considering the fact that we're both going to be in the Elimination Chamber ourselves, bro. I can't reveal too much. But what I do know is with the rumored WrestleMania match being Austin Theory and John Cena, I think that there's a lot of history there with John Cena as as the WWE superstar, the United States champion. There's a lot of history there with John Cena and the US title, which would be really interesting to play upon. But I could also see them doing that non-title, so I'm not sure. I think
We'll have to wait and see.
Bronson, yeah, we'll wait and see. I think Bronson Reed is a guy who it feels like they really have a lot of faith in and what they're doing with him, which to me would be really cool if you want to do a big upset and you want to make a star. But at the same time, I don't think they've given him quite enough yet on the main roster for people to buy into him winning that US title yet. But at the same time, it's one of those things of like, do I want to see this guy get pinned? I also think that Johnny Gargano, I think putting the US title on the line where Johnny Gargano debuted on the main roster, if you're trying to get Johnny Gargano back to being as over as he was, because I'm pretty sure he debuted in Montreal. He was on that Montreal, or it was somewhere in Canada. I'm assuming a majority of that audience that was there for his main roster debut is going to be there for the show. So if you want to try to get Johnny Wrestling back to that Johnny Wrestling level, I think maybe putting the US title on him there would also be pretty interesting. Maybe even Montez Ford, man, because I think he's going to be the one he's going to beat Elias to get that spot. The rumors of them trying to push Montez as a big singles guy. I don't know, man. I think there's options here, man. I think there's definitely options here.
I can't remember who it was on Twitter who said it, but they said, what's it called? The Theory should win, and then Theory versus Cena happens. And on night 1, Theory loses, Cena gets the title, and then on night 2, Cena opens the open challenge, and Jay White debuts and beats Cena, and what's called becomes the United States champion.
Ooh.
That would be sick. That would be really sick. Do I think that would happen? I don't know, because it looks like Jay is staying in Japan. But in the world of professional wrestling, don't ever count anything out, right? The world is crazy.
That shit just got me hard, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Fucking Jay White comes out, hits the fucking Blade Runner on John Cena. John Cena hits the the old school open challenge and fucking Jay White's music hits and he hits that Blade Runner, you know what I'm gonna say?
Nice. Hey, good.
Oh man. Anyways, but that's not the only Elimination Chamber match that's gonna be going on. We've also got the Raw Women's Championship #1 contender. We got Nikki Cross, Natalya in her hometown. Is it her hometown? I don't know. Home country.
Home
Raquel
country.
Rodriguez, Asuka, Liv Morgan with one more to be determined opponent will be determined tomorrow night on Raw. It's Michin versus Piper Niven versus Candice LeRae versus I
Carmella.
don't know, bro. Versus Carmella. Yeah, oh yeah, Carmella did come back. Yeah, we did see that.
Damn.
So Raw
Damn
Women's
it.
Championship, #1 contender. What do you think about this match, man? I like that it's a #1 contender match this year.
Me too. Me too. I like it's a #1 contenders match. I think it would be cool to give the rub to Piper Niven to put her in there, but I have a feeling since what's it called? Since Carmella's back, I think they're gonna put Carmella in there. But
I think you need looking at this lineup right here, you need a good heel in there. You need someone that the audience can really
yeah,
just boo the fuck out of. And I think people are really starting to get behind Raquel. And I think
yeah,
and no one's gonna boo Natalya in her hometown. They'll boo Nikki Cross, but yeah, I think you need someone like Carmella in there to take that heat.
yeah. Or also like putting Piper in there, you do have 2 people in there who've never held the title. And then you have 4 people who have held the title before. Well, Natalia's held the Divas, never held the women's, but what's it called?
Yeah. Liv held SmackDown, but
mm-hmm.
yeah,
But
I think it's pretty clear. I know that I talked about the conflict of interest, but I think it's pretty clear who's going to be winning this match. I think the Mania match that makes the most sense would be Asuka versus Bianca. I think that would be a fucking banger.
oh yeah.
And we'll
Dark
kind of talk.
Asuka?
Yeah, bro. Kana, man, coming back. I mean, bro, we were there for the Rumble, man. That fucking pop
Yeah.
whenever she took the mask off was fucking nuts, dude. People went crazy for that. It was awesome to see
It
that.
was cool.
And Asuka came back with a vengeance, bro. She was cooking in that Rumble, dude. So I for one would really like to see it be Asuka. We've been talking about this for a couple weeks now. It's time. It's time for Bianca to drop that title. It's time for us to celebrate the reign that she's had. She's almost held it for an entire year, going all the way back to last year's WrestleMania. I think her losing it to Asuka and finally getting that main roster Asuka run that we need, where Asuka's just I want Asuka to be unbeatable for like the next 2 years, man. Just like get the streak back, build her up, make it a big match. It works for me, man. Absolutely. But considering the fact that a lot of fans in general are a little bit upset about this Elimination Chamber because they don't want to see the #1 contender for the Raw Women's title because a lot of people wanted to see Rhea Ripley, who won the Women's Rumble, challenge for Bianca Belair. But we did see this week on Raw, it was made official. Rhea Ripley challenges Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's title at WrestleMania. You guys literally live on the air, you and Jabril, both convinced me 100% that the match actually needs to be Rhea versus Charlotte. So I'm going to go ahead and say I'm 100% for Rhea versus Charlotte over Rhea versus Bianca. I think Rhea versus Bianca actually would have ended up being the better match. But I think for the story that you're trying to tell where Rhea wants the redemption, part of what has pushed Rhea down this dark path was her losing to Charlotte at WrestleMania 2 years ago whenever she lost the NXT women's title to Charlotte. And getting that story of redemption back in front of the fans and having Rhea beat Charlotte, to me, like I always say, Charlotte is someone who you give the title to be toppled. Charlotte is there to have the presence put onto the title and that put somebody over. And I think doing that with Rhea makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. I'm looking forward to this. Rhea and Charlotte always have bangers with each other. They always have great matches. If I remember correctly, that Money in the Bank where the crowd was completely against them having that match. The crowd wanted Becky. What happened? They turned that crowd completely over, and the crowd was cheering by the end of that match. These two have great chemistry, and I can't wait to see Rhea finally get her win back.
Yep, absolutely. Plus, it puts Rhea in that Grand Slam conversation.
Yep.
So, and I think also because I want to see a roster shakeup after Mania. To me, I always think that the draft should be right after Mania, and I want to see the draft come back this year. I want them to make a big deal about it. I want it to feel like the NFL draft. Like I want that big emphasis put back on the WWE draft, and I think Bianca's done everything that she can on Raw. I'm ready to see Bianca go back on SmackDown. And I think if you want to
Hmm.
build up for next year's WrestleMania and you want to do at next year WrestleMania Bianca Belair versus Rhea, Bianca gets a big win over Rhea then, I think that would be awesome as well. So there's a lot of stories that you can tell here, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. What's up,
Yep.
Brad? Blessings to Ayden and the champ. What's going on, man? Appreciate you for stopping by, bro.
Thanks for stopping by, Brad. It's
Uh,
a sad thing what I'm gonna have to do at Elimination Chamber, man. I'm really sorry, Brad. I'm really
sad,
sorry.
sad days, bro. Sad days, bro.
Sad days. I used to not pray for days like these. I used to not pray for days like these, but it's gonna have to happen.
All roads are leading to a beatdown, man. And speaking of roads, we got Cody Rhodes, who won the men's Royal Rumble. What a graphic that
What a
is, man.
graphic, bro. What a graphic, man. That looks
Beautiful.
great.
Dude, that's fuck. I love the way that the animation zooms into where it's like the big red carpets rolled out and you got all the movie posters that are all like WWE superstars on the side and you zoom in on this graphic. So
Yep.
we have Cody Rhodes officially declaring at WrestleMania he's challenging Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Now,
Yes, sir.
this this breaks off into a much larger conversation, as you guys have seen by the title of today's episode and have seen by the thumbnail. But I just face value. I want to ask you, Raul, is the move Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns night 2 WrestleMania? That's the main event. Is that the match?
How right now what it's looking like? No, it's not. No, it's not. The match is Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes versus Sami Zayn. Um, I have no idea how. What's it called? Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn is probably going to end up at what's it called? At Elimination Chamber right now. It is. We are in one of the most unpredictable roads to WrestleMania that we are watching right now, y'all. This is a taste of what Triple H's road to WrestleMania is like, where you really can sit there and be like, dude, I have no idea, because this under Vince was gonna be easy,
Oh
super
yeah.
easy. Yeah, Sammy was gonna get squashed. What's it called? Kevin Owens was gonna come out, and what's it called? And they were gonna get ready to take on the Usos and become tag team champions. And then Cody was gonna win the title and beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That's it. Or if they probably would have been able to get The Rock, then Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns probably was not gonna happen at WrestleMania. Either way, if this was under Vince, this was gonna be super easy. But
Yeah.
I have no idea, bro. This is getting really hard, and like I've told you before, is I don't want the crowd to what's it called be against Cody, because we were there at the Royal Rumble. Nobody was cheering against Cody at all. We loved it. We loved seeing Cody win.
It was overwhelmingly positive for Cody, but there was also a big subfaction of like the rest of us in the crowd that were there like you remember we got to the last final 3, right? Because being
Yeah.
there at the show, we didn't see any of the shit where they did before the show saying that Sammy was not going to be in the Rumble. So you literally had all of us live being there being like, "Oh man, I can't wait for Sammy to come. Man, when's Sammy going to come out, man? Sammy's got to win the Rumble. Sammy's got to win the Rumble." And by the time we got to number 30, we were like, "Oh shit, well I guess Sammy's just not even in the Rumble. I guess we're just going to do Cody." And at that point it was kind of one of those things where it was like, "All right, I guess we're cheering Cody because if Sammy's not going to be here, then of course we want Cody to win." But given the way that pay-per-view ended, bro, we can go back into our brains and relive being there in that moment. That was fucking nuts being there. Whenever Sammy watched Roman in the back with that
Oh
chair,
yeah.
dude, that was I'll
We
never forget.
started the "fuck you Roman" chants, by the way.
Yeah, we
Our
started
section
in
started
the
it.
fuck you Logan, in the
Yeah.
fuck you Logan.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were
But
there for that, bro. Shit was lit. Shit was lit.
yeah. I don't know, man. This is getting hard because this isn't an instance where it's like this isn't a Randy Orton, Batista, and Daniel Bryan, because Cody and Sammy are literally it's 1A and 1B. Now, this would be a different conversation if the belts were separate now, because I think it would be easier. But I think Triple H knows that Vince kind of fucked him over, separating these, unifying these titles, and now he's got to make this hard ass decision. But we have a lot of time left until WrestleMania. We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know where this is going, and we don't know who's gonna end up challenging for what. So
The roads are crossed. It's
yep.
crossroads, baby. It's crossroads, baby. I don't know where we're going, man. But yeah, we jumped right into it. I think face value, the idea of Cody Rhodes after everything that happened last year, Hell in a Cell, that whole story, coming, undesirable to undeniable, coming back at WrestleMania, winning his match at WrestleMania, one of the biggest pops I've ever heard in my life. Going on to, have that feud, that legendary feud with Seth Rollins, going into Hell in a Cell with the torn pec, winning that match, having that match, an incredible match. Him going out and then coming back, winning the Royal Rumble and pointing at the WrestleMania sign and saying, I'm going to be the one to be the WWE champion. I think on paper, that is an amazing story. The problem is when Cody left and he was gone for more than 6 months, right? He was gone for more than 6 months. Sami Zayn filled that gap that the fans were there for Cody and they needed somebody else to get behind. They got behind Seth Rollins, which they decided to push him on the US title. That's their decision. They did what they felt like they needed to do with that. But on SmackDown, people were there watching the Bloodline story play out with Sami Zayn. People want Sami Zayn to win. And speaking of this Bloodline story, this is final topic for the day. We're going to go ahead and break it down. On SmackDown this week, we had Roman, Jimmy, Solo, everybody coming in. The Bloodline is there. They're looking for Jay. They have no idea where Jay is. He's nowhere to be found. Later in the show, Roman and Paul, by themselves, by the way, with Roman, you can see it right there, the brand new shirt. It's just Roman and it's just Heyman. By themselves, come out to the ring. Roman starts talking about Cody Rhodes. People start booing. He starts talking about everything going on with Jay. Sami comes from the back. He's got the hoodie on. He attacks Roman from behind. He's giving it to Roman. Roman comes around. He grabs Sami's head. He's giving him knees to the face. Roman turns around. He tells Heyman, give me a chair. Soon as Roman turns around, the crispiest spear I've ever seen, bro. Sami Zayn hits Roman Reigns with a spear. And Roman, the Bloodline comes back in. Jimmy and Solo are there. They're destroying Sami Zayn. They get him lined up in the corner. Solo's about to do the stink face, but Roman stops him and he comes over and he's telling Sami, "Oh, you want a shot at my title, huh? Well, you took something away from me. I'm gonna take something away from you. I'm gonna destroy you in front of your family in your hometown. I want Jay back." The complete Omni-Man, Invincible season 1 ending, as everybody's been saying online, right? I mean, this was absolutely incredible, bro.
Yeah.
It's official. Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn at Elimination Chamber. He's not losing the title, is he?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I got time to study. I got time to think about it. This is a really difficult one. Brad, I don't think that they should do the tag team title run anymore.
It's too hot.
No,
it's
he's
too hot for the
bro.
tag titles. It's too hot.
Yeah, he is too hot. Maybe before War Games, I would have said, "Oh yeah, what's it called? The tag team title run is all good." Everything changed after War Games. Everything changed after that pay-per-view. And
everything changed after Rumble. That was it. Bro, that was the loudest pop I've ever heard in my life. My life. I was there for Cody Rhodes coming back at WrestleMania. I was there for Stone Cold coming back at WrestleMania. The loudest pop I've ever heard in my life was Sami Zayn hitting Roman Reigns in the back with that chair. It's got to be a triple threat at this point now for Mania, doesn't it?
It's got to be a triple threat. Yeah, that's why we're saying, what's it called? There's a triple threat. It's a triple threat. And honestly, bro, Sami don't need to hold it that long. You don't. What's it called?
Just give him the rub.
Cody can literally say, what's it called? WrestleMania Backlash. What's it called? I didn't get to challenge for the championship the way I wanted it to be. I didn't challenge for it one-on-one with the champion. I want you at WrestleMania Backlash. Cody versus Sami. Cody takes it off, and that's it, man. He doesn't need to have a long run, but you should give Sami that moment.
People keep saying, "Oh man, everybody's talking about fans are turning on Cody." I'm watching Raw. Fans are turning on Cody. Are we watching the same show, bro? Because I don't know about y'all, man, but my ears work pretty fucking good. I can hear it's the kids and the women who are popping for Cody. It's the Cena thing. The kids and the women are popping for Cody. All the grown men who actually have no lives and their egos are invested in Sami Zayn, like us, are sitting here going, "We want Sami." That's what it is. After Elimination Chamber, I think the way Elimination Chamber needs to end. I don't know if you do disqualification or if you do Roman just wins. But I don't think that you need to take the title off of Roman at Elimination Chamber, regardless. I think Roman needs to keep that title going into Mania this year. But it's got to be, like you said, we thought going into Mania 2 years ago, it was going to be Edge and Roman. Cool. They put Danielson back into the match. It's got to be a triple threat at this point. It's got to be Sami, Cody, Roman. And if it isn't, then I don't know, bro. I'm saying, bro, you need to do the Yeselmania story, bro. Have Sami run through the bloodline or something on Mania. You know, maybe maybe WrestleMania night 1. Or maybe even do this, bro. Maybe WrestleMania night 1, you decide the main event is Roman versus Sami Zayn. And I don't know, maybe he loses again, but it's because the bloodline interferes. And then I don't know, maybe you split it up on night 2. I don't know, dude. There's
still a lot of time. There's still a lot of time.
Triple H, bro. I implore you. To make the right decision, my brother.
What's the point of Elimination Chamber then? For Jade to return and cement that he is completely behind Sami Zayn.
Yeah, bro.
Jay ain't showing up at this tag team match this week. Jay ain't gonna show up.
All this, and they're gonna put the titles on Braun Strowman and Ricochet.
Bro, God, no, please, no.
Oh my God, I'm happy for Ricochet, but Braun Strowman, I'm like, it's whatever.
What another odd Braun Strowman tag team, by the way.
Would you rather see the Usos lose it to Braun Strowman and Ricochet or Braun Strowman and Nicholas?
I don't know, man. I think I'd like to see.
How old is Nicholas?
He's still not 18, bro.
I was like, is he 18 yet? Because you might just call him back. You know,
call him back so that way you can wrap up that storyline where he comes in.
Listen, brother, we need you to hit a leg drop on Jimmy.
Yep. Oh my God.
I don't know,
Braun
man.
Strowman.
WrestleMania, man. Leave it in the comments below, guys. Should Sami be the one to defeat Roman, or should it be Cody Rhodes? If I'm saying it today, I think I'm sorry, Cody. I know the story was there for you, my brother. It's not your time. It's Sami Zayn. When that music hits at Montreal, his classic theme, bro, it's gonna hit different, bro. It's got to be Sami Zayn.
Yeah. Oh wait, hey, hold on, bro. By the way, Patrick, you were asking last night what's it called? Is Roxanne the youngest? What's it called? The WWE champion?
I didn't ask that.
WWE? No, Patrick. Patrick was asking. He was asking, is he? No, Pat. Nicholas. Nicholas is the youngest champion. He's literally like 10 years old. He was like 10 years old.
Oh, bring back Nicholas. Nicholas wins Money in the Bank and dethrones Roman. He's the new belt collector. He gets all the titles. That's the story. That's the WrestleMania ending that we all need.
That was at WrestleMania 34. That was in when? 2018.
So that was 5 years ago. So that'd be 2018, like 2018, 2017, something like that.
What's it called? Yeah, he's only 15 years old, bro. Yeah, Nicholas ain't coming back for another 3 years, bro.
Treasure. Hey, put him in GCW or something. You know, I heard they hire kids over there or whatever.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, that's
a match with Nick Gage.
Oh my God, poor Nicholas. Oh man, I didn't know we were gonna even this show turned into a Nicholas burial. Oh man. Anyways, man, that's High Flyer Radio, guys. That's all that we've got here today. Let us know what you guys think. Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, who should win? Should they split the titles? I don't know, bro.
They should split the titles. Yeah, they should split the titles, man.
Yeah, big decisions to be made. But guess what, guys? You know what else isn't a big decision? You know what's an easy decision, bro? Rocking some of that nerdcore merch, guys. It's literally in the link in the description below. We have our spring store loaded up. I believe today is the last day to get 20% off all your purchases. Go cop some of that new network merch, everything going on there. Also, guys, I know we're all sad. Rock didn't show up for Royal Rumble. Rock's not going to be at WrestleMania this year. But guess what? We got you guys covered over on the Patreon. We're still doing Rockamania season. I don't give a fuck if he wasn't there or not, bro. We're still rocking out with our rock along over on patreon.com/the Nerd Corps, THENERDCORPS. We've got Doom watch alongs, Royal Rumble 2000 watch alongs. We've got more announcements for things that are being coming up this month and next month. So definitely stay tuned with all of that stuff, guys. Go follow us on all of our social media. Again, you guys see the banner. Everything is linked down in the description below. That's all I got for today, man. Raul, what do you got?
Check us out tonight.
Live show.
Live show. Yep.
I'll be there for sure this time. I had the bubble guts last night, guys. I apologize, man.
Yeah.
I don't know who told me to eat Indian and Mexican in the same day, bro. Just
Come on, bro.
couldn't do it.
Bro. Come on, bro. Yeah, it should be a live show tonight. I'm not sure if it's gonna be after we finish Last of Us. I'm not sure, but what's it called? Live shows on tonight, so go check that out, y'all. And of course, what's it called? Stay tuned to all the stuff that we're doing here on the Nerd Court. On Monday, we'll have our Gamer Core review of The Last of Us episode 4.
Gamer Core's going on today too, man. They're coming back, episode 77.
Yes, sir. Lots of cool stuff going on, guys. So just keep your eyes peeled on the channel. Make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure that you like the video. Make sure you turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a single piece of content that drops on the channel. And of course, this has been High Flyer Radio. As always, thank you for everybody who was chatting with us. Brad, mostly. Everybody who subscribed. Don't tap out.
Tune in.